This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for February 22nd, 2023. It's currently January 7th, 2023, 9:57 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior for the day, we have three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. Looks like confirming a bullish trend along a key support level that'll stand out in more than just a one-day chart. Behavior around the highest high, we have sideways rotation along a key support level, so that means that we turn resistance into support at some point. But that sideways rotation ends with a fast, sudden move higher. Behavior around the lowest low, sideways fluidity. Again, we just saw that. This may very well be the same support, guys. Interesting. 22nd. Interesting, yeah, and I mean, the gain card is establishing support and then a notable move off of the support. But there's sideways fluidity, equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow, outflow around the low. So that could mean price swings that take us back to roughly even or a narrow range. My sense is probably price swings. And then I'm advised to trade around an improbable opportunity, some improbable movement, chart behavior. Behavior around in the pre-market, we have a decline from support down to a second support. We bounce along that support sideways, maybe touch resistance. We're bumping along that for a bit, and then we break down through multiple support levels. That's on the scale of a one-day chart scale. There's a crest right around the open that's near overbought territory on RSI. We sell from that. And we're bound by a range in the first half hour. Looks like we're bound by the upper end of a range and the bottom end of a range. So in the first half hour, there's quite some movement there, and then okay, and so then there's a notable move out of a low, which takes place around like between 10 and 11 o'clock, but probably closer to like 10:30 to 11ish. We have a day's low there, and then there's a notable move off of that low. First off, we declined through a support level that we recently declined through once before. Sorry guys, let me back up here. We're bound by the bottom end of a range, looks like in the first half hour, and there's a notable move off of that bottom of a range to the upside as outlined by the gain card. That'll take us to a high for the day, somewhere between 10 and 11:30ish, and off of that high we will. Off of that high, we declined through a support level on the scale of a one-day chart. We declined through a support level that we recently declined through once before, bringing us into a day's low there between roughly 11:30 and 12. And we rotate sideways along that support at the low there between 11:30 and 12. There is the cessation of that sideways rotation around 12:45, and we have a U-shaped dip. We have a U-shaped dip between roughly like 12:30 and 2 o'clock. It'll form near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. Also, oppression card is highlighted there as well. How did I miss the oppression card right there? Wow. Oppression is the card for the 23rd on the 1 month. So extra significance here to this price level, and it looks like interesting. We have a highest high the following day. In any case, another the bottom of a range and the top of a range highlighted between like 1 and 3 o'clock. Advised to open up protection with that U-shaped dip. There'll be like a U-shaped dip, and the move into the bottom of that dip, which we'll see somewhere around like 1 o'clock, or excuse me, around 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock. We'll see the bottom of that U-shaped dip. Nope. Sorry, we'll see the bottom of that U-shaped dip somewhere between 1 and 2. And we'll come out of that U-shaped dip and create another crest at key resistance level on at least a 1 day, but probably more than a 1 day. Advised to open up some protection there. We sell from a crest in the last hour down to and through a support on a scale of a 1 day. We do a U-shaped reversal, come back and reuse that support as support. And we basically establish a foundation for support there around the close at a key technical price level with a trade right at the close as well. The following day we have a notable drop on a multi-day chart will stand out throughout, or either that or it's bearish price swings, and it'll stand out on a 1 day chart, I should say, excuse me, not a multi-day chart necessarily, but at least on a 1 day chart, bearish price swings or a sharp drop. And that's February 22nd, 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, my friends, follow that rule of karma. Send 5% of the profits that you make from this information forward. I spend all day long, my whole life was trials and tribulations to figure out how to do this, and I spend all my free time doing this so that people out there will take the profits and go do something good with it. So I promise you, if you plan to do something not good with it, you won't have that money for long, and the profits will not flow. But if you follow the rule of karma, the profits will flow and continue to flow and continue to flow. But you got to follow it every time, because it's about mentality. 5% of the profits forward, somebody who needs them, doesn't expect it. Maybe you can get away with them not even knowing it came from you. That's the best kind of good deed, and that'll multiply in the multiverse onward for infinity. And then 5% back to the channel, help support the channel, say thank you to the universe, thank you to the people here for the hard work that we do, and the information you can't find anywhere else, that we're just giving away for free. Most important part, whatever you do with that entire profit, all the 5%, the 10% that you give away, and the 90% that you spend for yourself, make sure you spend it out of love. As long as you spend it out of love, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions. And if you feel that it's necessary to spend it not out of love, my friend, get creative. I'll see you guys on the next one.